Hello guys, US Minuteman here. I wanted to talk about lettering. Like people have been doing white lettering on like their Glocks or their M&Ps or whatever gun they have, and I thought it looked pretty cool when I would see them do it on their videos or on their images or whatever I've been seeing. And so I wanted to try it out. So I did some research on how to do it. Model paint, nail polish, even white crayon, and I tried two methods here, and just wanted to try it, and I'll show you my results, and possibly we'll do it in the future. And when I do it on my next gun, I'll try to make a video on how I do it and which way I chose to do it. But this is kind of a finished result, and we'll get the gun on the table here and I'll show you how it came out. Alright, and here we are with my Remington 1911. So as you can see, that's what I decided to try it on first, and it's not a bad job. At least not from what I can see. I mean, if you look at it closely, and you may not be able to see this on camera because I don't have the best camera, but it's not the perfect job, but it works well enough for me. And I'll go ahead and quickly run through what I did here. So what I did on this one, this is my first mag. What I did was I used white crayon. You may not be able to see this very well, and at first I was just rubbing it on there, trying to get it in the cracks, and I think that works good for like thin, deep grooves to get in there pretty well. And then because these are pretty not thin, moderately, not super deep, but so what I would do is I would rub it in, and then I experimented using like a little torch lighter, and I would heat it up really quick. Try not to leave heat on there because I don't know what that would do to a blue finish, but just really quick, just enough so I see the wax melt into the grooves really well. And also I noticed if I heat it up a little bit, where I'm gonna put the wax, and then mark it with the crayon, it got in there a little better. Then I heated it up and it just set in there really nicely. And then after that, I would just take a little plastic credit card or whatever you had, some sort of plastic card, to scrape the excess off. Just lay it flat and just scrape off any excess, and it worked pretty well, I have to say. Now the only issue with, and this is just because of the way the indentations are on the lettering, the 4 and the A, the little middle part, there's no black. I couldn't get that off. I could probably take like a needle or something and fix that, but it's not that big a deal to me. So it works, and I do think so. It's pretty good. It's definitely bolder. It comes out looking a little bit thicker than the model paint, which is my other method, on the bottom here on these. So, and on the sides, 2 through 7 on that side. So this mag was done with white crayon. So, and my next one was done with model paint. Alright, some white model paint. So this one gets in there kind of nicer. It's a little bit harder to clean up than, and it takes a little bit longer process than the crayon. But it comes out thinner, gets in the grooves a little bit thinner. So I don't know if you'll be able to notice the difference here, but like for example right there, it's very thick there on the crayon, very thin on the model paint. So the model paint gets in there a little bit better. It just takes a little bit longer. It could be a little bit messy. So what I would do is I would just paint all over it, you know, to make sure I get it in there. You can use a little bit of paint thinner to thin up the paint if you need to, for if it needs to get in the cracks a little bit more. Then just let it dry for about an hour or so. And you could scrape off any excess if you can, but what I did is I just took a little bit of paint thinner. Now look into paint thinners, because I use this Testors, I believe. Yeah, I used Testors enamel thinner. I used some. I saw another YouTuber, or not a YouTuber, but someone on YouTube used that, and he didn't have any problems on his Glock. So if it didn't have any problems on polymer, then I imagine it would be alright on my blue finish and my stainless or my steel. And I just put it on a little, you know, napkin or rag, or just one that's not too porous, and I would just wipe across the top, you know, with the wet part until I can get a lot of the excess off. Then I would just take the dry part of it and wipe it across to try to get as much of the thinner off as I could, so it doesn't seep too much into there and take out the white. So you just want to kind of brush it across lightly, so because you know, if you put a whole bunch on there, it's going to take out the lettering too. So that's how I did that. And I did the same thing for the sides, just painted them and slightly got rid of it, the excess. And then what I did with my actual firearm, see the Remington 1911 R1, Remington Armco 1911 serial number, Leon, New York, USA, ERPC. Don't know what that is, but. And I used the model paint for this, for the gun. I just decided it fits in the cracks a little bit nicer. It's easier with the crayon, and I may go back to the crayon at some point to try it and see how it does. But so far I like this. And like I said, the camera you can't really tell, but there are certain spots where it looks a little not thick. But it's good enough for me. I'm not going to be super picky, and this is my first attempt. So when I do it for my M&P, which I probably will, I will make sure to record that and show you how I did it, and kind of a tutorial video on how I did it. And there's plenty of other videos on how to do it. You can use nail polish, and you know, one thing I will say though, and what I've been told, or what I've been told on other videos and forums and stuff, is no acetone whatsoever on any sort of thinner. So if you get a thinner, if you're using like nail polish or something, and they have acetone nail polish removers or something, don't use it. Use a non-acetone, because what that will do, as from what I hear, is on like blue finishes, it could, you know, make it fade, or you know, whatever. And it also has a bad effect on polymer. It can melt it, I guess, or etch it. Etch it, not really melt it. But so yeah, don't use acetone. Use yeah, just mine's a petroleum-based distillate. See, it says petroleum distillates, but it doesn't say exactly what it's for. But yeah, and some people say was it CPL or something. So, and there are other gun solvents that work well too, because if you use gun solvent's not going to wear your finish, and it's not going to, you know, hurt the polymer if you have a polymer gun. So obviously look at what type of cleaner you're going to be using for either a steel gun or a polymer gun, because they have different solvents for them. So other than that, you know, have fun with it, and you know, who knows, maybe I'll try a different color crayon or something, and put a little red on my MP9 or something, and we'll see how that goes out. And this is US Miniman signing off. Keep calm, carry on, and I will see you guys later.